How's everybody doing this morning? Told you I'd be dropping another video today, so we're gonna get to it in a minute. We're gonna have an extra video coming up this week over something else. I may or may not break a rule before I get into it. About my last video on the dial that I did, one of my buddies pointed out my tack arrow is not 413 grains, it's 313 grains. So there's that. So today, that's what it's all about. Broadheads, the pointy end of the stick. So we'll get into that, what I'm gonna be shooting this year. I may shoot 5 different broadheads, who knows. If you hear TV in the background, my daughter's watching cartoons or something, I'm not sure. It's Saturday morning. So first one's first, and I want these just because they're a high-end broadhead. I want them to work. I'll need to touch them up on sharpness, but if you know, you know. A lot of people know what these broadheads are, so let's go ahead and introduce it. This is the iron wheel, single bevel to the left. My buddy Scott, he has a double bevel, so we might test that out, see how those shoot too, and maybe that could be added to the arsenal in the future. But I got enough broadheads to play with this year, so we'll go with that and expand on it next year or shoot what we like. So this broadhead is a left bevel, and the reason I shoot a left bevel is, as I have told y'all before, I love a left helical. Not saying right helical is wrong, but if you're going to shoot a right helical with a single bevel, shoot a right bevel. Just makes sense. That way everything's spinning the same way automatically. So that's that. I have a lot of confidence in this broadhead, or I want to have a lot of confidence in the broadhead. I want to kill something with this broadhead. I want to see how that single bevel does. I want this to be the one, but that's why we're testing things, because I'm not going to just hope and then end up missing or losing a deer over it. Next, it's another broadhead. I've been there's a lot of hype around it, and it's a double bevel, but I'm really big on this. I want to shoot this as well. This is Annihilator XL. 125. All my broadheads are 125, by the way. I do have some 150s, but I will not be shooting them this year. I like this. It's a 3-blade. You just lay it flat and push it. Now I'm trying not to cut my hand, but you just push it across sandpaper or whetstone and diamond plate, whatever. That'll get you your bevel, get it sharp. This is a pretty unique shaped broadhead. It's a solid piece. It's not vented. It's one of a kind, and of course, if you hit something hard and blunt the tip, you know you're down. But it seems to be good steel. I want to shoot it, and I really want to kill something with it. And if this beats out the iron wheel as far as my test, I'm not mad about that, because I'm really high on these broadheads. Between these and the iron wheels, like if I had to put just those in my quiver, just based off of hype, I would do it. But like I said, I'm gonna run the test. This broadhead here, I've shot a deer with them before. This is the Magnus Black Hornet. Magnus makes great heads. Lifetime warranty. You can change the blade out, you can sharpen it, whatever you want to do. If you're looking for something in a decent price range that's easily sharpenable, like I said, the iron wheels were pretty pricey, well over $100, and the Annihilators are $60. But for a $40 broadhead, the lifetime warranty, you can swap it out, made here in America, just good broadhead. Buy new bleeders. This one don't have bleeders, but if I shot this, I would have bleeders. Just a great broadhead. Now, I do know when I shot it at Hunters last year, the broadhead's a little loud, but you know, if it flies and kills them, I guess it works. Every broadhead, every arrow makes noise, in my opinion. So it's going to be in our test. They maybe have one in our quiver. Who knows? The next broadhead is a tried and true. I've killed a lot of deer with these. I've killed probably most of my deer with a bow, or most of my animals with a bow I've killed with this broadhead here. Funny story how I got turned on to these broadheads. I guess about almost 10 years ago I was hunting in New York. Maybe 7 years ago I was hunting in New York, and I was using an expandable, also a G5, and I shot a deer, and I didn't get a complete pass through. The arrow, I had to pull the arrow out the other side of the deer. I had to push the arrow because it didn't go through the other side of the deer. I had to push the arrow through, and all that cut the arrow out basically of the deer to, you know, to drag it out. I got stopped by the game warden unknowingly. It wasn't doing anything wrong. In my opinion, they sell them at the store. What would be wrong about them? And it was apparently a barbed broadhead. The way that the broadhead collapsed, they wanted an over the top, not a rear deploying broadhead, so that would have ruled out rage as well, because they don't, like the Grim Reapers, fold back and can fold completely back on themselves, and rage and those other broadheads wouldn't do that. So I got a ticket, one expensive ticket later. I just said, you know what, I'll never shoot expandable again unless I'm 100% certain they work. I haven't shot expandable since then, but if I were to shoot one, I'd shoot probably Rage. I mean, not Rage. Probably the Grim Reaper, Fatal Steel. I may shoot those at Antelope. Hopefully I draw an Antelope tag next year or whatever. But that's how I got started on the G5 Strikers. It is a replaceable blade. It's fine. It's pretty strong tip. Killed a lot of animals with it. I've never had any issues with blood not being on the ground with that broadhead. So with that being said, it's going to be in my arsenal just because it's proven itself so many years. Why change it up? Just throw it in the mix, give it a fair shot for it. You know, don't take its job without giving it a chance to fight for it. And last but not least, here is another one. It is also a replaceable blade, 3-blade. This is the Grim Reaper Micro Hades. Anybody that watches the Elk Shape channel, Dan Staten, I learned a lot from the guy, but he's a big tinker. He's the one that kind of got me into tinkering so much. He's very big on these broadheads, and I ain't shot them, but they look good. This is also the 125, 3-blade replaceable. One thing I do like about that compared to the G5, the G5 is a bigger cut, but the chisel point, that bone breaking chisel point, one thing I do like is not only are the blades replaceable, but if you blunt that tip, the rebuild kit comes with the chisel tip, so you could put a new chisel tip on it if you blunt it. To where if I blunted the G5 Striker, I gotta buy a new broadhead. I mean, yeah, they're good price points. So are these. So I'm gonna give them a test, see how they do. I'm very optimistic about any of these broadheads. I don't have anything negative to say. Now, after I shoot them, I don't have anything negative to say. If I could probably, if deer season started tomorrow, be happy and go with whatever. Other than that, that's all I got for broadheads without shooting them. Stay tuned this week. I'm gonna drop an extra video. Might end up doing something I said I'm not gonna do, but we'll see what's coming for the UV3. Something big could be another extra video. So stay tuned and find out what that might be. All right, everybody, y'all enjoy y'all's weekend. If you're hunting, duck hunting, deer hunting, wherever you're at, shoot straight and kill something. That's what it's all about.